Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio! Last time, we completed the entire Colosseum, even if the Blight weather was actually, kind of screwing things over. And now, we're going back to multitasking by bonding with Basilio and starting the Trials of the Dragon. But first, yeah, I put this off as long as I can. I just felt it would be awkward to do this in the middle of the arena video. I would love to say I'll give it to you later, but it's now. The hot spring was very warming. Yep. This entire quest was this person wanting hot prince bathwater. Yeah.
It's too much to take.
I mean, true, but also they're literally based on the biochemistry of water that we have bathed in, and that's probably how they will be marketed. I wonder if we will be getting royalties from this.
Mission accomplished.
But yes, this is finally over. We did get an almighty panacea from it. And a gold... Is that the last gold beetle? If that was the last gold beetle, I'm gonna laugh so much.
Just sublime.
Yep. Genius!
Wait a sec.
You're into it? Oh no. Well, I mean, considering that in my headcanon, he met his future wife in a spring, maybe he's into... Okay, well, I'm gonna stop now.
Just sublime.
Yes, exactly. We now have hot prince bathwater. 3 gold beetles. I forget how much I had when I last turned them in, because I think there's 50 in total. And I'm pretty sure the Disgraced Ruins was the last, like, dungeon that I hadn't been to. 3 Arcane Dragon Bloods.
Yo.
Anyway, I should have pretty much all of them.
Hey.
We need to be thinking about the fight. Oh, by the way, my old friend is about to murder people. Again.
Thank you.
We should probably deal with that now.
Now. Ah.
Yes, let's be, I was about to say unemployed bodyguards, but I mean, that sounds like we're not working as bodyguards. You get the idea. Unofficial bodyguards, that's the way to say it. Well, that didn't sound good. That sounded awful like somebody being murdered. I feel very envious, but maybe not so envious of voice actors who can do, like, convincing death screams. Because, like, that must be hard to do in the booth. This reminds me of that, this is a bit of a, you know, mood clash at this point, but it reminds me of that, what was it, Claude Von Regan? Joe Zija video where, like, he does a few, like, hypothetical anime pain reactions. You know, that's the same effect on the text as what happened with Hyperic. Oh no.
I'm scared. I'll kill you!
It's hard to tell if this is extreme melancholization, similar to what Hyperic went through, or if this is, like he says, the Igniter experiment, or maybe it's a bit of both. the Igniter experiments might have made his body more receptive to this kind of intense magla.
Finca. Finca! Damn it. Yeah.
Tragically, it does feel like if we leave this alone, he may end up turning into a human. It does feel like that would be the result.
I've got to settle this as his kindred.
Oh, yeah, that does sound like where he'd be. Yeah, there's gonna be a fight
This one's important.
in our next rank. Well, increasing tolerance from that's dark. And I suppose it gives you a good understanding of the pain that Parapus who went through those trials went through. So, tonight, there's really not much I can do except... Oh, please, please tell me Brawlhaven doesn't have Blight Weather. Because I still have the Arena Gauntlets to do. It's no Blight! I can do the Gauntlet! And here's the thing, I was worried about not being able to fit these in. Turns out that 1, I can just do them at night, and 2, the only one that actually gives you an achievement is the Gold Gauntlet, and you can skip straight to that if you're already Gold ranked. So me doing the Bronze Gauntlet earlier was actually a waste of time. I think I'll go with this team for these fights.
Do you need something?
Up to the Gold tier. So, the Gold tier does have enemies that are around our level, including that stupid Lich from the Skybound Avatar. So, that's gonna be fun, in air quotes. Okay, what do you got here? We got, of course, I fight the one thing that's immune to all of the Dragoon shots, just when I want to show off, this. I can show off Destroyer's Windbreaker here. And sometimes you may want to finish off enemies with your normal attacks, because this is one of those fights where MP may actually become a problem. Big 80's amount of mag from this, though. I hope I don't get too over-level with the Trials of the Dragon, but we gotta keep going until we do 30, because that's for the achievement. Okay, so now I can finally show off the Dragoon shots. And that was kind of pathetic. Yeah, for a little more MP than Dragoon Shot, I get Ruin's Flamethrower, which probably does a lot more. Because, yeah, the number of hits from those attacks isn't exactly reliable unless you're using some of the gunner weapons that have makes things guaranteed to hit the max number of times. I mean, I guess maybe this'll do okay? Not really. Oh, of course you'd show up now. Well, I mean, if there was any time to use Makara-Khan, it's now. Okay, just one charged Royal Sword and one charged attack from Basilio does it. Good to know.
Feels like I'm making progress.
But one thing to remember is that you will be getting MP recovery after every fight from Juna's bond bonuses if you're maxed out at this point, so you might need to rely on that a little bit.
Looks like they're weak to light.
Don't think I've actually fought this
Guess it's
before.
our time to shine.
Okay, I want to say there's actually an achievement for doing over 99999 damage. So that would have given me that achievement if I was able to show achievements in this playthrough. Ah, I think I have increases the strength and cost of synthesis equipped. That would explain why this is doing so much damage. Because I don't remember it being 75 MP before. And now, our Prince gets even more broken, as if it needed to be.
What a powerhouse!
I love it when a fight ends like that. I was like, oh no, I missed one of them. Oh wait, no. Probably should have healed for this last battle. Ah, it's just a bunch of butterflies. We're fine. We're totally fine. And there we go. So yeah, the Lich only showed up once. I've had that Lich show up multiple times within the first 10 battles before. I'm pretty sure that's what happened in my first playthrough. So, that is worth an achievement / trophy.
Alright.
There's no other reward to that whatsoever besides the experience, money, and mag. So, if you're not going for all of the achievements, probably don't bother with this, but you'll almost certainly have time to do it in the last month of the game.
8 days remain.
And so, in our remaining 8 days, I thought that we could make our way towards one of the... Gallica recommends... I've done everything I want to do in the Colosseum, and now Gallica recommends going there? Feels like she's almost mocking me in that regard. Oh, hey! You think you want to go to the Colosseum even more? So, Trial of the Dragon, as Hyam Daisy Chie would say. We have 3 of these, and we can take them on in any order. But I'm thinking of going for Mad Mischief first, though I feel like this one's actually misnamed. Bygone Legacy's trial uses a lot of ailments. I think that would have made more sense as Mad Mischief. I had a feeling. Let's go pay Adeni a visit. I mean, technically I could do the Tower of Insolence today, and then not need to spend anything, because I'm going to be needing to use a weather change on the Spire of Blind Faith regardless, because it always has bad weather. Almighty Golden Stews buff all allies, so I think I want to save mine. I'm going to change my plans and go for the Tower of Insolence instead.
Keep this to yourself. Hey,
Speculation or legend? Well, I mean, it's good to tell, to make it up front that it's just speculation and legends rather than, you know, hard facts. A foul, miasma-ridden body none can pierce, and a glare that will curse you, your children, your children's children. Oh, this is the ailment one, isn't it? Immune to all attacks that curse its enemies. So yeah, we'll be dealing with Hex and also Poison here. This is actually, in my opinion, the hardest of the Trials of the Dragon. But in terms of getting all the weather to work out, it's probably the one that I want to go for first. And given that it's the only Dragon Trial that I'll be doing in this video, it makes sense to do one of the harder ones. Okay, let's go for this one.
Now then.
Let's fly to the Tower of Insolence. Now, the actual towers will be slightly different, but it's the boss fight at the top that's the one that you really want to, well, worry about. Worry about me. I am going far away. I love Pooh's Grand Adventure.
What to pick?
I won't stop.
And on the way there... Normally, I would leave this for later so as not to, like, overcrowd the video with too many things, but... I want to do this as soon as possible so that I can get the next Royal Archetype and have Eupha start ranking that up ASAP, because it is a very, very good one. And so, it is finally time for the moment that I've been waiting for. It is the fateful day where my ship is confirmed. Ah yes, nothing important. Nothing important at all. No way is this important.
No one else is here, right?
And it's something that you can't talk about in front of anyone else, yeah, but it's totally unimportant. Yeah, totally.
The truth is, I wanted to ask you something today. A shameless sort of request, maybe.
I'm happy to do anything for you.
Would you consent to shake my hand?
Handshaking, how scandalous!
Please?
Sure, but why?
Wait, really? You will? Do you remember, the trials of Malnova? I said we Mustari have two kinds of handshakes. The one we did back then was to demonstrate trust. But this time, I want the other kind. I want to convey my feelings to you. Please?
Yes, I understand.
Oh, thank you. Are you troubled by something? You seem tense.
How did you know?
So I'm right, am I? Let me hold on a moment more like this. I felt it to be a sort of miracle. I never thought I'd be involved in any way with followers of Sanctism. That's why I was so hesitant at first. When I found myself clashing with them, I became even more unsure of what was right. But then, that very unsurety is what turned out to be the most important feeling, did it not? Once I learned what frustrated me, what I refused to compromise on, I knew then who I really am at my core.
You know, this is actually something that I've come to realize as well recently. This is very good advice.
It led me to a realization. I only want to live in a world where you exist.
So, of these three options, all of them give 4 triangles of mag, by the way. This one is the most shippy of them, but you have the option to not interpret it that way either.
I feel the same way as you, Eupha.
Do you mean I can stay by your side? Truly, you'll grant me something so special. It's all I could ask for. Just know that for me, no one could possibly replace you. I may not be accustomed to things here, but I like my life right now. I even like the people here, on the mainland. It's just that there's such a plethora of things I feel I must protect, and I don't always know how. But I prefer this over being protected. No matter what lies ahead, I will protect our future. That means you.
The Oracle Priestess, Eupha, keeper and heriter of the Summoner's virtues. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
If everyone the world over could cooperate like this. My apologies. I've been holding your hand all this time.
Please don't stop.
Oh, perhaps we can hold fast this way just a little longer? I'm glad.
And that really resembles the Persona style, I spent a long time with insert name here moments. And once again, support that doesn't mean anything to our rank, but it's still nice to have.
Infringing upon the heavens, the Tower of It is the decision to pursue the Gauntlet Runner.
Okay, yeah, pretty sure that, like, there's nothing to see there without more dialogue, it's the same. But things have actually changed a little bit in this tower.
In other words...
Also, the dialogue will be a little bit different because, you can do these 3 trials in any order.
At last.
And essentially every one of, like, essentially the first tower you will always have the same dialogue, and the second tower, and the third tower. No matter which towers they are, you'll get the same dialogue in the same order.
Now go.
So now, this is our test to prove that we are a true hero.
Well, well.
Which is not measured by the size of his strength, it's by the strength of his heart. I also love Disney's Hercules.
That can't be.
Well...
Yeah, towards the end of the game, we're meeting a totally new character, another fairy. This is actually a character that I like a lot, despite how little screen time she gets. I mean, for one, she's a tsundere, but yeah. It's a little interesting how, like, the Elder and the Fairies are the only people in this world in the English dub who have American accents. Kinda like how the Blades have American accents in Xenoblade 2 and everyone else has UK accents. Well, UK and Australia. Because, like, most people are used to, like, American accents being the norm in dubs, so it's really cool how, like, UK dubs use American accents for, like, strange or otherworldly characters.
Hail, chumps.
Also, she's hilarious. I don't know who voices her, but, like, what few voice clips she does have are all very funny.
But...
Yeah, it definitely does sound like a typical fairy, though. They are both ancient and also bratty tsunderes. That can be a fun contrast depending on how it's handled. I guess, like, first example of that comes to mind is Rachel Alucard from, BlazBlue. Also, Tiki sometimes, I wouldn't say she's a bratty tsundere, but I would say that Tiki has more of a quirky side to her than you would think for someone so ancient. I guess it just kind of fits that theme of, like, people who are immortal don't really have the same concept of childhood and adulthood than shorter-lived beings would. So it would make sense that their level of maturity, even after thousands of years, would be kind of more childlike. Aha, yeah, so I've heard that Katharina only helps in one of these towers, but in the one she does help in, she knocks off a chunk of the boss's HP for free, so that's nice. I don't think I'll manage my party just yet, until I get to the top, but what I will do is... Hey, Eupha, here's your engagement present to Will. I'm gonna count that conversation as your engagement.
Fascinating. This, right? All right.
The ultimate power of the ultimate priestess. And I would say that it does look kind of like a queen, but also Juna's ultimate archetype has that, so I'm not going to say that's a ship hint. Like, you can very easily interpret Eupha's final bond platonically if you want to. That's kind of the brilliance of it. But I'll talk more about this after this, because, the real thing that I want to talk about now is Royal Summoner.
It seems I've grown.
Remember how Summoner and Devil Summoner had the problem of not being able to inherit each other's skills? Well, Royal Summoner solves that problem by combining the best summons from both. Welcome back, Dragon God, alongside Undead King, Kishin, Deity, and at higher ranks, a stronger version of Jack Frost, a version of the Dragon God that now debuffs attack and defense instead of removing the enemy's buffs, and a totally new summon in Harvest God. This is Ishtar. For a steep cost, you can revive all unconscious allies with full HP. Noble Summoner's Soul causes no press turns to be lost when Eupha defeats an enemy with summon magic, which, let's be honest, is how she will be dealing with most enemies. And consequently, I find this one of the best of these effects. We only have 2 synthesis skills, but they are the best from Devil Summoner, Fury and Tyrant, though Deity is usable without synthesis now. And so is the Dragon God, that's really nice. There's not much to say about Royal Summoner, it's just a really good all-round magic damage dealer that doesn't lose turns when it kills things, while getting access to heavy-hitting summons like Dragon God and Undead King without synthesis. So we start with these, and we still have Tyrant and Fury as our synthesis. But I think I would like to put a few archetype items into it. Yeah, I have a lot of Leaves of Light, which were mostly being gained by Eupha, so this experience is all pretty much hers to begin with. So yeah, now we have access to every standard element except for Wind, and we can easily inherit Wind because you need Soul Hacker to get this archetype. I accidentally I meant to use that on Basilio, but oh well. I promised that I wouldn't use these, but also Harvest God. So now she gets to heal as well. Eupha really does just do everything. Now I should be able to field kill most enemies in here, so I think I'll swap back to Martial Artist. Oh, now yeah, we have Bonds Unfettered Eupha. There shouldn't really be that much different going up this tower. There will be some more Malmortars. Yeah, the enemies are stronger, but not strong enough for me. So in fact, I think I might actually switch over to... Oh, that's getting up there in levels. I almost don't want critical trade for these fights, though. And I definitely don't want to use that accessory that boosts the cost and strength of synthesis, because I feel like that's a little too cheap. So on the way up, I guess I can talk about, I would talk about my thoughts on the, oh, that's not field killable, okay then, on the Eupha quote-unquote romance, but, there is a video on YouTube that already explains it in better detail than I ever could. It's called Atlas Made Their Best Romance on Accident. It's by the same guy who did that video about, you know, speculating why Metaphor didn't do so well. I'd highly recommend watching it, because it is, it really sums up how I feel about this. It's like, if you don't want to ship them, you don't have to. It's not necessary, but, like, I like the fact that that the game does kind of imply, you know, doesn't, like, have, like, a full romance system, it doesn't go, like, full waifus, but it does have one kind of wholesome, cute, implied romance in it. I think that's kind of nice. I mean, granted, this is just, you know, my bias is showing. I do like canon romances over harem stories. But I do like how it's subtle enough that, as I said, you can treat it as not a romance if you want. And I know that there are a lot of people who think that, like, Juna is also implied in her final bond rank, but, like, the language that's used in Eupha's I do feel is, like, far more blatantly in that direction. So yeah, this Magla Crystal, you can grind off of it if you want to, but it has very strong skeletons that I can't field kill at this point, so I think I'm just gonna break it. They can also charge very far forward, and I don't want to get caught off guard. I knew that would happen. I knew the moment that I said it, I would get caught off guard by them. Oh, you know what? Hey, you guys, hang on. Oh, I don't actually have that because I don't have, Prince. I was thinking that I would be able to summon Shiva on you guys, but no. I mean, I can at least summon Vishnu. And there we go. Doesn't look like any of them dropped any Emperor masks. I really need just one more Emperor mask. That's all I ask for. It's not a lot. All I want for Christmas is one Emperor mask. And, oh right, there's one of these things in here. I should probably use Prince for this. Hi there, lunging spear guy out of nowhere. Well, this time I can summon Shiva on all of you. There we go, okay. Still got some Malmortars in the mix. I was hoping you hit the human, but oh well. I will summon Fury on you.
I won't die easily.
You took them all out yourself.
And weak to slash, eh? Oh, but I should probably steal that. Okay, we got that. So now we can just peel the stone cleave your face off. There we go.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
So I'll have to check what that weapon does.
What now?
Because I'll be using Stroll in Warlord again later. Significantly increased fire attack strength. And I think we should be up the... Yeah. Overwhelming Aura, brace yourselves.
Time to go.
Yeah, that was where the boss was before, but now the cat has moved. So, let's prepare ourselves before saving. This fight coming up, as the informant said, it is naturally repellent to everything. The only way to deal damage is with Almighty, with resistance piercing skills, or with creating weaknesses. So you're essentially required to have a Masked Dancer in this fight. And if I'm going to be opening up elemental weaknesses with Masked Dancer, I may as well bring Eupha to exploit those. And my final member, I think, has to be Hulkenberg, and I'll explain why right now. Instant recovery. This boss loves to spam ailments. With instant recovery on somebody who can then use an item or Patra to cure those ailments, that is gonna mitigate the effects of those. And also, having a small AoE heal skill like Medica inherited is perfect for this, because this boss lowers everybody's HP to 300, max HP, at the start of the fight. It's a really cool mechanic, and I wish more fights did this. So, you're all basically going to be glass cannons here. Another thing to note about this fight is, don't buff or debuff too much. Every one of these trial bosses has a berserk button that causes them to use an attack that gives them a bajillion press turns. This one's berserk button is having a 3 times buff and a 3 times debuff on it, active at the same time. Then it will clear the buffs and spam attacks on you. Anything that blocks physical ailments is going to be super nice here, because Hex counts as a physical one. And on you, I specifically got Dark Knight Mask for this, because it gives you instant recovery. I'm not sure I even need the Venom Ward Charm on Eupha if I have a plan for ailments on everyone else. Because, like, you're immune, you're both virtually immune. They can just cure her when she needs to. And in terms of turn order, Juna does go before Eupha. Also gotta remember to actually inherit skills on Eupha. Emerald Vortex ignoring resistances might be a decent thing to have. Double attack and defense buff, because that won't put you up to triple. If you go to triple, that's bad, but buffing and debuffing to ×2 is fine. I suppose that's a cheaper heal option than Harvest God. Yeah, way cheaper. Destroyer also has some good piercing attacks, so I might want to equip Basilio in case he needs to jump in later. As much as I want that, I may actually have to give you the Venom Ward Charm, just because if he gets status, he can't use any synthesis at all. Heisman has the Dodger Ring, and Stroll's fine. Oh yeah, health fonts and like the 30% version of this, completely useless in this fight. I wasn't even fully healed, wow. Okay, now let's do this.
I don't like this.
Yes, I do. And yeah, wouldn't be a Trial of the Dragon without an actual dragon.
I see.
I love the look of this one. They're like those like sickly green eyes.
As I thought.
And the design of it reminds me a lot of Raishan from Critical Role. And it fights like her too.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Deception, subterfuge, status ailments, poison. Yeah, it's pretty much Raishan. Probably no intended reference though. Well, depending on how I handle this fight, you might still get a few laughs out of it.
Impressive.
I've heard some very interesting stories about how these fights have gone for certain people. Was this the fight that, that a friend of mine said that, they had Heisme get inflicted with anxiety and it actually saved them because the anxiety overrode an even worse ailment?
Wait. Get ready.
I do kind of wish these things had different battle themes. Because if anything's deserving of one, it's them. Yeah, here we go.
I've never seen Magla this sinister. I want to run.
Meanwhile, Katharina doesn't want to run. She's like, hey, I've always wanted to punch a dragon in the face.
Careful. Strike attacks won't phase them.
Yeah, and Katharina just casually pierced its strike resistance because she's Katharina. As I said, naturally reflects everything. The only way to deal damage, and it does passively resist Almighty as well. So the only way to deal damage is to use again, piercing skills, Almighty, or weakness granting skills, which only work once, by the way.
This might sting.
So setting up Ice Blue Dance and then spamming Frigid Fortress tactic from General might actually be a good strategy in this. But yeah, we can go for Summon Fairy Modified. Eupha's debut boss fight in this archetype. This is a much stronger version of Jack Frost than we normally be seeing. Okay, do I use this now to set up, or do I save this for later? I don't want to use Heroes Proving, because that will put me up to +3 buffs. I should probably have you charge, but I also want to, like, actually get some, I farmed for those Evil Eye Talismans, I may as well use them. Debuffing it up to 2 stages is gonna be effective here. Yeah, so let's go another Evil Eye Talisman. Though, these dragons do really like to set up their own buffs a lot, and clear their own debuffs, so this might not last. We'll see. Miasma Whirl. Okay, no, this is the thing that it opens with. It always reduces you to 300 max HP. Great Dragon's Wrath. Yeah, its attacks kind of reset. Oh, it's doing that again. Thankfully, that isn't going to reset its defense, and there's Loathsome Claw. So, the Metaphor Guidebook actually has, like, a full-on list of, the AI of these dragons. It tells you exactly the percentage chances of what they'll do at at every possible HP threshold, because as their HP gets lower, their patterns do change. But really, this thing is just like, I like to spam bad status on you, and that's kind of about it. So, let's have you use a... Is there any piercing attacks you have? No, that's not piercing. We do have Ultimate Guard, though. I mean, I could Holy Knight's Proclamation and draw the ailment attacks towards you if I wanted to. Although I would also very much like to get rid of its massive attack buff. I mean, it's going to put it back up again, but at least it means that it'll have less turns. Yeah, so eat Amnesty Talisman. And let's reset up the Ice Blue Dance. Giving out weaknesses to physical is a lot harder because you can only really inflict that via Mania Bullet, which requires you to actually hit with the Mania Bullet to begin with when it's immune to Pierce. You are in fact charged. Okay, so... Oh, I don't have enough turns because I don't have a Utilitarian's Manual. Right then. Well, that's annoying. And there's nothing else that you can really do, so, This is kind of a weird time to use Hero's Cry, but I'm going to use Hero's Cry. Just don't want my turn to end that anticlimactically. Okay, so... Now Hulkenberg. Now she can do the Holy Knight Proclamation. You know what, just to be different, let's make you vulnerable to the Dragon God this time. That's also nice because it clears the buff effects on the enemy. So eat that. It's already down to basically half. Though it's more like we've done a quarter damage thanks to Katharina. And Will still can't really do anything. How about we use Almighty Golden Stew to get a buff up? Could also bring Heisme in to use some general abilities. Okay, Great Dragon's Wrath again, but I can clear that with the Dragon God. Okay, yeah, there's the poison finally. Oh, that counts as a... That is actually cool. And this is really annoying, because as much as I want to use a Debilitate item to restack those buffs, it'll put you to -3. I mean, granted, I don't actually have a +3 on my own stats, so... I think it's okay if I debuff you to -3. It's, as I said, the Berserk button is if it has a -3 and you have a +3. So yeah, let's put up another Hellfire Dance. Eupha will go for the Dragon God, which will, in fact, let Will get in there with a Synthesis attack now. I mean, given I have, I said I wasn't going to use it, but given that I have the item that raises the strength of Synthesis, this could actually kill it. How resistant are you to Almighty? Let's test that, shall we? Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so yeah, I was very, very prepared for that fight.
I continue to grow.
So yeah, these are the fights that I did before the Skybound Avatar in my first playthrough, and that's why the Skybound Avatar was an absolute joke.
Good grief.
That was the one that I definitely had the most trouble with casually.
Well, well.
Because if you're not prepared to resist poison and hex, you'll just get status, you won't be able to use synthesis skills. I also didn't have any royal archetypes, so I would have needed synthesis to use Ice Blue Dance and Hellfire Dance. That also helps a lot.
You may accept my charity.
So, the first of the 3 dragons you defeat will give you this, the Cardinal Dragon Radiance.
Is this perhaps?
Yes, this reminds me of, like, Critical Role when they just carried a bunch of dragon pieces, like, in their bag of holding for the entire campaign. And, like, yeah, a lot of people have said that Matt Mercer really should have, like, made some kind of, like, concrete crafting system. I mean, Percy would craft things all the time, but, like, never using dragon scales. They really wanted to make dragon scale armor, but they never really got the chance to, and they ended up just carrying a bunch of, like, dragon bits for the whole campaign.
Make an attempt.
I love how she switches between, like, thou, thy speech and, like, just really casual. And she's gone.
However,
I do still really love that gimmick that it reduces you all to 300 max HP at the start.
Well,
So you can't rely on just, like, tanking too much. And I don't think there's much reason to explore this place more. Let's go back to the entrance. Thank you, Katharina. I know you've probably been very much looking forward to punching a dragon in the face. And now, yeah, I think we're pretty much just gonna leave.
hey,
Definitely deserve a good dinner after that.
right?
Because all the others, we just fly to those towers, so no reason to stay on the road. I still don't get why, like, that one should have been Mad Mischief. I don't know why Mad Mischief is the... Mad Mischief's actually the most generic of the dragons.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I suppose this is the first dragon we've actually killed. Oh, wait, no, we killed Sokne, didn't we? Or did she just go back into Rella's Pokeball staff? I'm not entirely sure.
come now.
Also not entirely sure whether Sokne is a he or a she.
The deadline?
I mean, actually, honestly, given that they're made of condensed magma, I'm not even sure if dragons even have genders in this world.
Feeling worn out?
So yeah, good job everyone! First dragon is down, 2 more to go. Next time I'll be dealing with them, and also, sadly, dealing with Basilio's old friend.